Alright, we are back for round 1. And that hand I think is a keep. It's slightly clunky that I don't have any blue, but I do have a 3 drop and 3 land, so I think it's good enough. And hopefully we'll, get that blue at some point. But yeah, it's certainly slightly clunky. Not too much I can do about that though. I don't think it's. I really don't think it's worth mulliganing, especially since curving Vampire into sleep paralysis and potentially some bounce land could be like really solid. So yeah, we got the blue mana, which is good. No reason to show that to the opponent. I don't think so. Rats are slightly annoying because I kind of wanna, sleep paralysis that thing. Alright, so they did not play anything, which I guess makes things simpler. I do have 2 paralysis, so I don't feel bad tapping the rat. They might very well have a Rinvol, which be fine. The thing is, if they have something like Puncturing Light, it's not gonna work very well. Yeah, I mean, there is Puncturing Light, but other than that, there's not too much that, those mana could have done to my Vampire at instant speed. I don't think so. There aren't many things that actually deals with that. Alright, that's pretty annoying, but I might just Compiling Deterrent my own card and play it. I think it's worth doing so. This way I get rid of the bound because they cannot move that at instant speed, and they would not do that either way. And Vampire is a threat when you have a bunch of Rinvols. I think it's worth doing it, especially when I don't have to discard. It would be slightly different if I had a zombie onto the battlefield, obviously, but and getting rid of the bound is pretty good too. Alright, that's quite a lot of mana open, but I think with what I have, I don't feel too threatened. My hand is definitely fun. So it's probably gonna be a Silver Strike, which is pretty annoying, but there's not a whole lot I can do about that. I mean, I don't think I can really play about that very efficiently. Yeah, that's a Silver Strike. Not attacking, doesn't make that much sense. I don't know, it's always tough to know if you should play around Silver Strike or not. It was pretty obvious that they add that here, but if they just don't, yeah, I don't know. Pretty interesting, I think, but definitely, yeah, that might have been a wrong, a wrong choice from my side. I don't really know. All right. Well, I do have quite a bunch of removal here. Cannot really attack into the Geist. I guess I could just lightning axe the Geist, and I mean they need to attack with or have 3 creatures into the battlefield, so I can get I guess a 3 for 2 out of these 2 cards. Might just take 5 next turn and wait for a little bit. Obviously, if they play a creature before attacking, that'd be great, but it's not so likely to happen. Yeah. Alright, they only attack with Geist. No problem. I'll take the damage. Pretty weird because the Fox cannot block the Homunculus, so I don't really know what this is. Ooh, Vessel is bad. And I just don't understand why they did not attack with the Fox here. That doesn't make much sense to me. But whatever. Don't really want to trade that for a Spirit. Another Homunculus. Cannot really play that because next turn I think I want to, use the combo, kind of. I'm keeping this land in hand because I have 2 looters. So yeah, I think I'm just passing the turn. We do have a bunch of removal in hand, so I don't feel too threatened, but I'm not doing match. I'm not doing match, and I will actually have to trade my Whisper for their Vessel here. Which is not bad. I guess it's gonna be a 1-for-1. I mean, I will trade my axe for this and my Whisper for the Vessel, which is not the best value that I ever got, but I think I kind of have to do that. Don't really want to get, attacked by those flyers. It's sweet, nevertheless. I mean, it's even better when you completely blow out the opponent and get a 3 for 1 or something like that, but here it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be fine. Can I? Yeah, alright. Pay the mana. Alright, and we will just block the spirit. Again, it's just a trade, but there's not... I don't think I have a better play here. And at least I get rid of those flyers, so there is that. As my opponent do have some sort of answer there. Oh, survive the night. I did not really expect that, honestly. I was pretty confident that the guys would die just because most of the trick just, you know, are +2/+2. But survive is, yeah, not really what I expected, but it's fine. I mean, I can still, I will still sleep paralysis that thing away, so it's, you know, it is what it is. My opponent does have 3 cards in hand, which is slightly annoying. Not a whole lot I can do about that, though. I think I want to sleep paralysis that thing for 2 reasons. I mean, it's not too threatening, but it's just gonna deal quite a bunch of damage if I don't do that. It can also block my homunculus very efficiently, so even though it's not the most threatening card, I think I kind of have to do that. Here, if they attack, I will trade. I think they could have dealt maybe 3 or 6 damage with the fox, because earlier on I would not have blocked maybe, so I don't know. I'm not sure if I agree with how my opponent played their fox, but at least they missed an attack one turn. I'm pretty positive about that. Alright, Reaper is very annoying. And my opponent does not have Delirium, right? It's only instant and enchantment and creature. Alright, that's a good news because they have 2 pretty free sack outlets, so don't really want them to have an enabled Reaper. Not in the best spot here because I've been drawing a decent amount of lands. I mean, 7 is not too much, but and I'm not doing so well. I mean, my opponent also have 6 land in the battlefield, so I guess we are pretty even. They probably just played some more threatening cards than I did, more than anything else. Currently I'm winning the race, but I would be very surprised if they don't have anything here. A guess is pretty annoying, not really what I wanted to see, because I cannot attack with my homunculus. I guess I'm fine trading my Blood Mad Vampire for the guys, but... And they might have to... Oh, they have Expose Evil, alright, sure. Again, not too much I can do about that. I think I'm just gonna die from those flyer. And there's not too much I can do here. Drawing a looter could put me back in the game if they don't have any removal. Alright, so I think this is lethal. I mean, I will have to chump block the Reaper, because now they do have Delirium. So it would be 9, 13, yeah, I do have to chump the Reaper, unfortunately. Yep, kinda clunky. If I don't top deck a removal, I will lose, and even if I do, I'm not in the best spot. They have a Clue and a Qatar too. Yeah, I'm definitely losing that. My opponent got a bit too much value out of their card. Yeah, well, Whisper is not enough. The fact that they gain life of a Silver Strike, of the Spirit, without that they would be at 12, and this would be, well, 11, so I was still missing a damage, but yeah, my opponent just outdraw me, I guess. They just play better cards, and there's not too much I could have done here, unfortunately. Alright. I don't think this doesn't look like a good matchup for me, because they just have more value out of their card in general, I think. So yeah, it doesn't look to be a great matchup for me. I think given all those flyer, I might want Reduce to Ashes. Dual Shot seems pretty good against Vessel of Ephemera and Spirit Token in general, so maybe I want that. Not sure what I would do with Reduce though, so yeah, maybe I don't want that actually. I can probably cut a Whisper. It doesn't look so great in this matchup, honestly. Maybe I should cut both even. I kind of like fat creatures, so wolf could be an option. Gone Missing could help me regarding card advantage. I think I'll go with that though. Yeah. The only play I'm not so sure about that I made is the attack into Silver Strike. The thing is, yeah, my open pass with 5 mana and white mana open, so it was pretty obvious. On the other hand, it's an uncommon, and I haven't seen any. Maybe I've seen one during the draft, but I haven't seen any in my open decks yet, so I don't know. I don't think it was so bad to attack. Alright, well, I do have to mulligan that, unfortunately. This is a decent-ish 6, but mulliganing in this matchup seems pretty bad to me. So I'm not so happy here. If they play a town gossipmonger, I will straight up kill that. Don't really want to wait for them to potentially have a you know, a 2-drop that and then flip it in response. That seems pretty weak. They also have the Fox, which is pretty good. Yeah, they do have it. I think I'm just gonna dual shot that thing right away. I don't really want to take 3 damage next turn, and it's well, they could play another card, but it's not like that likely, and I kind of want to curve out my things. So I don't know. If they play a weaker witch here, it's pretty annoying, I guess. I mean, it's pretty bad for me. Alright, bound. Interesting. Oh, that's clunky. Do I want to play that just as a 2-3? Sounds pretty bad. Probably not. Yeah, I just feel like my opponent has a better late game and some value card like Dauntless Qatar, which are gonna make things pretty hard for me. So they have another Fox. So dual shot is definitely good in this matchup, but I might not be able to win this match. Things are not looking great so far. Alright, I think I will just play my Spirit end of turn and take 3 from the Fox. Slightly annoying that I'm not doing much else, but you know, it is what it is. Let's say they play Apothecary Gas. Do I want to attempt to trap that? It's probably not the best idea, because I lose 5 mana, and well, it's a chaplain. Alright, so I guess it makes things simpler. Alright, well, dual shot is definitely great in this matchup, but maybe I should have slow rolled it. But my opponent did not show that many 1 toughness creature game 1, so there is that too. Ooh, Scholar is sweet. I think I should play Mangler first, because I don't really want to take 3 damage from the chaplain. And yeah, I definitely don't want to block with my Scholar. So there is that, but it's probably gonna be pretty good with Whisper. Could get a 2-for-1 out of that. I guess a 3-for-1 because I'm drawing a card too, so it could be really sweet. But my opponent saw the card last game, so I would assume that they will play a bit more carefully around it, most likely. I don't know. I guess we will see. Hopefully they don't play something too crazy or threatening here. Well, rats is not the definition of crazy threatening, I guess, so it's good for me. Ooh, Fiery Temper is amazing with Scholar. If my Scholar leaves, I think I should be doing really good this game. Obviously, if they have just a deadweight or any removal for it, things becomes pretty clunky because Whisper is not looking great. And Fiery Temper, I cannot cast it, so yeah, I just hope this leaves at least 1 turn. And if it can leave 2 or 3 turns, I should get like a lot of value, which is great. So I just hope they don't have the removal. Oh, an attack with everything. Kind of have to block something here, I think. Yeah, those Spirit Token are really annoying. They are gonna kill me in the end, I think. I do have the Storm Rider Spirit to kind of deal with that. Had I seen Nearest Chaplain game 1, I would have put Reduce to Ashes in the sideboard because it's a pretty good answer to that card. In the main deck. Either way, I think... Yeah, I don't really want my opponent to gain more than... Nah, it's probably wrong because next turn I'm probably gonna be able to steal that. And I could gain 5 life of it. Yeah, I don't know how right it was to do what I just did. Maybe it's just not the right play. Alright, if they don't have a removal for the Scholar, yeah, I think I should have traded with the Fox. I don't think it's right to take the damage, but trading with the Fox would probably have ended up being better. I don't think I want to play my Temper, and I don't think I want to attack with the Spirit and take some damage from their Spirit, so I think I'm just gonna pass the turn here. And if they do nothing, I'm probably either discarding my Mountain, drawing a card at end of turn, or discarding Fiery Temper, killing their Rancid Rat. Maybe, yeah, something along those lines. Hopefully the Scholar will provide me with enough card advantage that I can, win this game. But things are not looking so great here. Alright. Well, if they do that, I think I'm stealing the Rat, blocking the Fox, or at least I will attempt to do that. I cannot do it the other way around, obviously. But yeah, that sounds pretty solid. Oh, you loot first with that looter. Yeah, I forgot about that. It's not like the Mad Prophet. So we got the same sweet combo here. Hopefully it's gonna work out. Yeah, stealing the Rat. I don't need that much mana, but yep. I mean, there's not too much that my opponent can do. Like, if they kill their own Rat in response or use a trick to save the Fox, I'm pretty fine with that. I still 2-for-1 them, so... I mean 3-for-1 because I drew a card off the deal, so... It's pretty fine with me. Slightly worried about the Spirit, but I do have a blocker for now, so there is that. And, the sweet combo worked out pretty well here. Tamiyo's Journal. Ooh, that's a really bad news. That's a really bad news. It just means I will not be able to win on the longer game like I intended to do. Ooh, I think it means I do have to attack there and try to raise my opponent somehow. Because I'm never gonna beat that if I just stand there and not doing anything. Oh, that's really bad. Probably one of the last card I wanted to see here. Yeah. It's gonna be extremely hard to beat, but if we go to game 3, I'm definitely siding in my structural distortion for that, and the Reduce to Ashes for the Chaplain. Ugh. That's really ugly. I'm probably gonna lose to that thing. At least they seem to be missing on whatever they are trying to draw here. Attacking with the spirits. Alright, well, I'd rather be in a race situation, I think, in general here. Given the journal. But the thing is, I'm not, ahead my opponent regarding tempo, because they are at 14, I'm at 8, so it's not even that great in that regard. Alright. Things are looking kinda grim here. Alright, that's pretty solid, I guess. Mangler was a good draw too. I might be able to just kill my opponent before anything too bad happened, but it's not gonna be an easy task. And if they just choose to start chump blocking or blocking things with spirit, it's not gonna be great for me either. They could put 2 spirit and block the Kindred. I think I'd be completely fine with that happening. Given the Temper and the Blood Mad Vampire that's gonna enter the battlefield end of my opponent's turn, I could be in relatively good spot. They do have 4 cards in hand, plus a clue. Definitely taking 4 from the spirits there. There's no question about that. Alright, I'm glad if they attack with everything, because I think my only shot is by, yeah, somehow tempoing them out. Grotesque Mutation. Pretty much have to Fiery Temper that thing away now. And if they have the Survive the Night, I straight up lose. Here I'm taking 7. They go up to 12. Next turn, let's say they play just 1 blocker, I get rid of it. I will have 4, 6, 9, 12, 14. So I can actually kill them even if I take 7 here. So I think it's right to just take the damage and not Fiery Temper yet. Because if they have survived the night, I straight up die. And I kind of have to make that not happening. Yeah. Slightly clunky, but I think it's the right play because survive the night just means I lose. Clue, alright. If they just play a blocker here with no mana available... Ooh, no, not that one. Oh, I think it's just enough for the opponent to win. Good lord. Cannot deal 15 here. It's gonna be 4, 9. It's 14. Jeez, that's so clunky. Unless I top deck something, I will lose here. Oh, no, not that one. Maybe I should have not played around Survive the Night, but I've seen this trick from game 1. So I don't know. If I deal 3 to them, they go to 12 and they block here and they take 10. Yeah, that doesn't work either. And now I'm dead from the spirit, so I do have to attack with everything. Alright, there's another way around maybe, but... Because I could play the Neonate, discard my Fiery Temper, targeting my opponent and hope to draw one of my 2 sleep paralysis and win this way. Another way is to attack with everything and hope they miss block somehow. But if they block here, they take 10 and I die next turn. There's no card in my deck that saves me from the 4 spirits. Jeez, that's really hard. You have 2 lines. Either trying to hope that the card on the top of my library is Sleep Paralysis. It's a bit less than 10% chances. I do have some other outs probably. What other outs do I have? Incorrigible Use, I think, is an out, because if they are 12, they have to block the Youth, and they take 12. So I have Youth, Sleep Paralysis as out of my Neonate. Another option would be to attack with everything before using Temper and hope they miss block, which would be blocking the Mangler maybe, and they take 12 and I can kill them. I don't think it's very likely to happen. I mean, I will assume that my opponent is a good player, in which case he should know that he has to block the vampire in order to not die to a random burn spell. So yeah. And I cannot target the Geist because if I do so, my only out is Youth. I don't kill them otherwise. Am I right? Yeah, it's just 14. That's so annoying for one freaking damage. Alright, so I have to hope I draw either Youth um or sleep paralysis. Or complete deterrence, or just the win. So actually I have 5 out. So that's probably, yeah, that's something like 25% of my deck is an out at this point. So it's not that bad. Homunculus is definitely not an out. I can still hope to draw the use of this color. If I draw a removal, though, it's not gonna be enough because it's gonna be 12. So it's youth or nothing, right? Yeah. Because they block the use. No, use is not even enough. I'm dumb. No, use is enough. Never mind. So yeah, it's use or any removal actually are still life draws. Ooh, deterrence is good enough, I think. Maybe I think this a bit. Yeah, I think this is just a kill. Jeez. Oh. Well, I'm not sure if I don't know. This game was definitely interesting and very difficult to play. I'm not sure if I was right to play around Survive the Night. Maybe I should just have bolted the Spirit. But if they have Survived the Night, I straight up lose. So given what I've seen, and yeah, all right, that was interesting, if nothing else. And now I think I can make my deck slightly better for next games. I definitely want Reduce to Ashes to beat that Chaplain potentially and some Dauntless Qatar. Dual Shot looks amazing, but they saw it, which lessened the value, but it's still very good against any card that puts 2 spirits. Is Tamiyo's Journal good enough that I want to add the Distortion? That's not gonna be doing a whole lot otherwise. I don't think so. Nibilis is actually, I should have cited that out. I think it's extremely weak against Apothecary Geist, extremely weak against any 1/1 Spirit, even though you have prowess. So I think the Wolf is looking just better in this matchup. I had a decent amount of outs, so I don't feel too lucky from last game, but that was definitely intense. That was a great game. I like playing this kind of games. Alright, the Vampire looks also fairly weak against 1/1 Spirit tokens, so I think I can cut one. And we'll try to win and outdraw the opponent. This matchup just looks very bad for me though. Yeah, the last question is, do I want the Distortion for Tamiyo's Journal, or do I just don't care about that? I guess I have 2 looters, so it's not a dead draw. I mean, it can be a dead draw, but it's not gonna be the deadest of the draw, if that makes sense. It also burned for 2. What would I cut though? That's the question here. I don't have anything that I want to cut. Especially not a creature. I'm already down to 14. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. And we'll hope they don't have a turn 5 journal, or that if they do have that, I can kill them before bad things happen. Last game was great though. That was one of these amazing games that I enjoyed to play. Alright, I think it's a keep. Slightly clunky, but fine. The opponent mulled to 6, so I guess it's good news for us. Put a card on top. Alright. Alright, Mountain, very good. So now everything is enabled in my hand pretty much, which is great. I do have some sort of kind of slow draw, but they did not play anything on turn 2. And Mangler is going to be pretty good. True-Face Sensor is pretty weak against me because I do have a bunch of Removal. It's kind of good if you can equip it on Spirit, but other than that, pretty unexciting. Revenant is slightly annoying. Good news is that I'm starting to... Well, I've been drawing quite a bit of land, but the good news is that Mad Prophet should hopefully let me not, die from that. Ooh, Chaplain is not really what I wanted to see. Ooh, I think I want to sleep paralysis that thing right away. Kinda want to have the Prophet active as soon as possible. And my opponent might just use 2 mana to equip the Chaplain on their next turn. And if they gain a bit of life, it's not the end of the world, right? Yeah, I think I'm willing to play the Prophet first to get one more card, because I basically have 3 cards to discard in my hand. And I might not even want to trade the Chaplain for Mangler. We'll see. And having that online is just great. It might just die, but if it just dies, it's pretty much not the end of the world, because it would still have gotten rid of one of my useless land. Yeah. Yeah, alright, so I guess I'll take 6. Don't really want to give them those spirit token, especially when they have an equipment. That sounds pretty poor. Yeah, and they could have survived the night too, so yeah. Don't really want to block. Taking damage is not great either, but it's fine. Alright, let's get rid of an island. Ooh, Fiery Temper is amazing. That was a great top deck, jeez. Alright, let us paralyze that thing. Maybe I should have attacked with the Mangler, but they could have blocked, which I don't really appreciate too much. Yeah, Sleep Paralysis is one of the better answers to Chaplain with Reduce to Ashes, or, well, Burn Within if you count the rares, I guess. I'm slightly worried about Tamiyo's Journal, but other than that, I'm pretty much crushing my opponent regarding card advantage here because of the Mad Prophet and those Madness cards, so it's pretty great. Don't think I will Fiery Temper that right now, especially when they did not equip the True-Face Sensor. If they had equipped, I think I would have answered by using Fiery Temper, but here I think I'm fine just being drained for 1 and maybe get a better target or make sure this dies, because yeah, definitely glad I did not use Temper. That's great. Alright, sweet. Yeah, things are working out very well for me here. Alright, get rid of that thing. Draw a card. Ooh, another Paralysis. I don't mind that. Sure. I guess I'm attacking with just the Mangler because I kind of want to get rid of the island here. It's not really useful. I don't have any 6-drop. And I will probably play Storm Rider Spirit end of turn. Yeah, sounds good. At some point I might Sleep Paralysis the Revenant, especially if they equip it, but I guess I will get drained for 2 more here. It's not the end of the world. Could block with the Mad Prophet and then use Whisper to trade, but seems like a pretty weak option, since this card is gonna win me the longer game pretty efficiently. Alright, let's play the Spirit. Get rid of a useless land. Ooh, use, that's sweet. I will not play that yet. I think I pretty much want to Sleep Paralysis this now. Yup. I guess I have just the win in my hand, potentially. I just played a Temper, so I guess having blue untapped is more interesting than red. I guess it doesn't really matter in the end, but they could play around. They might have the Silver Strike here. I don't care about that at all. If they do have Silver Strike, it's like fine, they get rid of my Spirit, but I don't want to stay there and do nothing when they have threatening card like Tamiyo's Journal. Well, guys, this is a spirit, unfortunately, so it's kind of annoying, but yeah, not a whole lot I can do about that. My opponent gained so much life those games. That was crazy. Alright. Well, the body is pretty annoying, I'm not gonna lie. I'm drawing 2 cards a turn, basically, so there is that. Alright. I don't have any good attack there. Yeah, that thing is pretty annoying. Like, the sensor makes it pretty bad for me. I think I should discard the use, attack with it. I'm very glad if we trade. If we don't, I'm applying pressure, so... All in all, it sounds pretty good. That profit has been insane here. And hopefully at some point we'll draw some sort of answer, but given that I'm drawing 2 cards each turn, at some point I should get something. Next turn I'm going down to 8, but it's not yet the end of the world, and those homunculus are gonna be able to attack, so... And I have, yeah, a few more turns. I can still Malevolent Whisper. So let's say I Whisper, they don't play anything in a Whisper next turn, they would take 17, I think, if I did not miscounted, or 18 maybe, but it's not gonna be enough. I might Whisper in a few turns, but not right now. Ooh, Tooth Collector is the last thing I wanted to see. Do they? No, they don't have Delirium. It's still really annoying though. Getting rid of my homunculus here, and it can trade with the use, so ugh, pretty bad for me. Islands not accomplishing match. I will have to deal with that at some point. That's the issue here. Do I want to trade up those? I think so. They might not even block. I'd be surprised if they don't block, but they could not block. They are at 19 after all. Alright, they did block. Fine. Yeah, that guess is really annoying. So I guess I'm going down to 5 here. I could also Malevolent Whisper my own spirit to make a trade happen. That'd be a fine play. I guess I might do that next turn unless I draw something relevant in the meantime. That was not something relevant. This is not something relevant either. So let's say I steal that. This is 5. If they have nothing, this is 5. 9. 15. 19. So it's not really enough. Alright, well, it's kinda clunky, but it is what it is. I would have wanted to get more value out of the Whisper. I can still take 5 more damage though, and if they try to use a pump spell, I steal the Geist. I think it's slightly better than blocking, pumping the spirit most of the time. Is it? I'm not sure. Yeah. Really want to get rid of that. It's gonna be a real trouble if I don't, and I don't know. I cannot tell that this plays the right one. I think it plays fine around not Survive the Night, obviously, but there's nothing I can do about that. I mean, not match. Maybe I should not have done that, I don't know. I don't know, my play I think is better against Survive the Night, worst against Grotesque Mutation, and my opponent showed both tricks so far, so... Yeah, it's kinda hard to tell. Jeez, that's so much land. Oh, please stop. Alright, well, I guess it's not gonna stop anytime soon. I will probably lose to that guess, unfortunately. Oh, I should have attacked with the Neonated as Menace. That was a big misplay. 1 damage could really, really matter in this kind of game. Yeah, that was bad. Holy crap. That gas is just destroying me. Maybe I should have played more aggressively and just steal it and try to kill my opponent with that. It's worse if they have removal, better if they have I mean, yeah, it's better. Yeah, I messed up, but it's pretty clear in my mind what I wanted to say at least. Well, I have one last shot at trying to draw some. I did not want. Yeah, I definitely did not want it to go into attack there. I wanted to loot first, but I misclicked, I guess. I should have done that first main phase. Bloodseeker is not really helping. Yeah, pretty desperate at that point. Yeah, that was bad. Obviously, I should have played that first, and my opponent would have taken 8, and I would probably win very easily. But yeah, it is just me. I guess it doesn't change anything in the end because I drew the Mangler off the second card. So, but it was definitely wrong not to. But honestly, I just clicked on F2 too fast. It's something that would not have happened in by playing Paper Magic basically. So pretty bad, but at least I have kind of an excuse here. And I might just win here. So let's say they have Silver Strike. I can now just win the card they Silver Strike. This is 3-3. Let's not do that yet, actually. The question is, should I attack with a Prophet? I think so. Yeah, Silver Strike is not going to be enough since I draw just the wind. Definitely did not play that as well as I wish I had. Alright, we managed to win, but that was kinda hard. Jeez. And my opponent flawed out pretty badly, so that also explains the win. Yeah, I think I was... Yeah, that was definitely an interesting game. I think I'm pretty happy about how I played game 2. This one was much worse. In the end, it did not change anything because I think if I had Prophet first main phase, I would have ended up attacking with 2. Well, I think I would have sacrificed the other thing. So I missed some damage there. That was really a bad misplay. I mean, it's not a misplay. It's just me misclicking. Clicking too fast on F2. That was pretty stupid. But other than that, I think I've played decently. So yeah, that was match 1. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment if you have any insight about how I should or could have played differently, and I see you guys in a few minutes for round 2. Thank you for watching.